some days you feel pretty good and you think you can go out there and just be normal. And then you get out there and you pay for it.
Paying for her health is exactly what Deb Knutson has been doing for the past 14 years. She's been dealing with a laundry list of health problems since the 1984 Burlington Northern diesel spill in Mandan.
Well, it started out with headaches, you know, and fatigue, then irritability, insomnia, achiness, stiffness, shooting pains.
After 10 years of inhaling diesel fumes from underneath the Mandan Law Enforcement building, she realized what was making her sick.
I'd always been told from the time I worked there that the spill was there. And from the time I started working there, I never felt good. And then, of course, it just, you know, it got worse as time went on.
Deb even tried therapeutic oils to help her cope with her problems, but nothing worked.
Walking out our doors was like going into a minefield, because you never knew what to expect.
For Deb, even going outdoors is a chore, whether it's smelling a car running or a campfire. And then there's a refinery right in her backyard.
If I'm walking, I usually have something to cover my face with. And depending on which way the wind's blowing, you don't know how long you're going to have to keep covered like that.
Living like this is a harsh reality for Deb. But the worst part is knowing she'll never be healthy again.
It's too late for me. It's too late for the people that are still over in that area. But, you know, it needs to be taken care of. I don't know why it was never taken care of before this happened. I don't understand that, and there's nothing anybody can ever do to explain to me why it wasn't taken care of.
Elizabeth Schmurak, KXMB News 12, your eye on Dakota. The friendly city of Regent, North Dakota hasn't changed much over the years, unless you're keeping count.
The sad thing about it is all the kids that are graduating in the last 10 years have left the community. You know, we don't just have any young people here. So the population of the town goes down.
Outmigration has taken a toll on the city, especially the school.
Both schools didn't have enough numbers to continue to offer the classes that we wanted. We felt the kids were being shortchanged on some of the offerings that were available.
That's why Regent School District consolidated with Mott to create a bigger classroom and better learning environment. But if the trend doesn't change soon, both towns could become history.
We have no young people staying here to have kids and to keep our schools going, so it could easily wreck our towns.
The population is aging so fast, and that the young people aren't around anymore to fill up that gap.
Small towns like Regent realize the outmigration of young people is making an impact on their livelihoods. And while they don't have a solution to the problem, they hope there is one.
We want to attract the young families with the kids to help, you know, to bring new blood into communities and keep the communities going.
So we've got to make some changes for the people that are left here to make this state continue to prosper.
And keeping the state prospering means taking desperate measures.
No matter what you do nowadays, it takes so much money, and with the few people we have, that's kind of what the fighting battle is.
That battle is being fought by North Dakota's lawmakers. Tomorrow night, I'll talk to some state leaders to see what they have planned to stop North Dakota's future from fading.
We're at a critical time in the history of the state of North Dakota. We're at some points where we've got to make some major changes in our public policies. Otherwise, we're going to see this downward spiral just accelerate.
Elizabeth Schmurak, KXMB News 12, your eye on Dakota.
An absolute miracle. It's nothing else.
Cindy Mullen's miracle all began with her 3-year-old niece named Victoria.
I was just amazed whenever they called and said that I have a kidney. You know, I thought, it's all because of Victoria. You know, her prayers, you know, is what let me get a kidney.
Cindy was on dialysis for 18 months when one day, out of the blue, her niece told her she didn't need the treatment anymore.
10 minutes later, the phone rang, and it was Indiana University calling and saying, Cindy, we have a kidney for you if you would like it. Now, you can take it or leave it. And I said, I'll take it.
Cindy found out her transplant came from an 8-year-old girl.
It was just so touching that the parents would give up that of their child so someone else could live. And I really am just really blessed by that.
And her family knows this blessing came from a higher place.
We're living proof, you know, that there is a God, because He's given her life over again.
Yes! Yes!
And Cindy's ready to live life to the fullest.
I'm determined to make this work. I'm going to do whatever they tell me because I'm ready to live.